видно ничего, тряхнул казак желанной головою, сказал своим товарищам с тоской: сердце молодое, ой, как мне, братцы, хочется домой.
If you're the organiser of a major event, why not give your special occasion a bit of a lift with the introduction of an air show from the Russian Roulettes Formation Airshow team? Joining me now I have the manager of the Russian Roulettes, Mark Willard. Mark, the advantages of such an air show?
The advantages of an air show is that it gives a focal point for any event. It gives something for the public to come out and see. It's got a bit of bang, bit of noise about it, a bit of pizzazz. You know, when the guys perform, everybody goes home feeling happy. Yeah, it's a rare opportunity we've got to see these aircraft. There's not a lot in Australia, and it's something that a few years ago you would never have thought you'd see. Russian and Chinese aircraft flying around in Australia down under. All the aircraft that you see today have been lovingly restored after being exported from their home country and are beautifully maintained by their owners. It's an event in itself, just having these aircraft on the ground in front of the public. They can look at them, talk to the pilots, they can see the colours, the workmanship in the aeroplane. They can find out something about them. You know, the V8 fans always love to see these aircraft because they can equate to the noise and the power that they've got. Well, we generally do air shows, but there might be other public events where an air display might be the signature piece for the organisation, something to that they can bring a sponsor on board with. We can also arrange sponsor flights on the day of the air show or the day before. So you know, if someone's got a sponsor that they really want to show their appreciation to, we can help them out there. The pilots also spend time talking to the crowd after their display, do signings if required, and generally just fit in with whatever the organisers would like to see. Yeah, I think for any air show organiser or any event organiser, if you want something where the crowd can interact, can get involved, that comes along with its own commentary and basically gets everybody at the show involved in what's going on, then the Russian Roulettes is the air show act you should use.
If you have people to entertain, everyone loves an air show. Time now to go and meet the squadron. In aircraft number 1, we have Egon Marr, ex-RAAF pilot. In aircraft number 2, we have Niall Higgins, flying instructor. In aircraft Red 3, Jim Eglin, fighter pilot. In Red 4, Peter George, flying instructor. And in Red 5, Peter Tollymash, ex-Hercules captain. In the grunt department, these babies host 360 horsepower, thrilling you in the skies at speeds of up to 420 kilometres an hour. Egon, what type of skills involved to fly the planes in the nature that you do?
The main thing we have is a formation rating, which is a specialised endorsement on our licences. You have to do a fair bit of training to obtain one of these, and then there's a bit of a requirement to keep practising it so that you're recent at all times.
When you're flying in formation, what type of skill is needed? It's as though you guys are braced together. What's the procedure there?
Well, we use visual cues. We look at those very carefully on the ground and then try to replicate them in the air, and then just manoeuvre the aircraft to line ourselves up on each other with those particular visual cues in the correct location.
When you're doing your aerobatics, what sort of Gs are you pulling?
Well, these particular aeroplanes are capable of pulling up to 7G. When you're doing formation aerobatics, we try to be a little bit smoother, so generally we don't pull more than about 4G. If I'm doing a solo aerobatics display, I may go up to 5 or 6G as required.
Egon, what type of training have the pilots undertaken to get to this level?
Well, a couple of us are ex-Air Force pilots who are trained and current commercial airline pilots. We have one guy who's a flying instructor, but essentially it all boils down to the same thing: doing the formation training, doing the aerobatic training, and then acquiring the various qualification on your licence, and then practising.
I think there's a general fascination with flying aircraft. It's out of the realms of possibilities for a lot of people. So to turn up and see these planes doing what you guys do, it must make you feel pretty special, Egon.
Yeah, it does. It's a rare thing to be able to have access to airplanes like this. Certainly in years gone by, in recent history, you couldn't get access to these Eastern Bloc aircraft. So it's a real privilege to fly them, but to be able to take them to an air show and show them off to people, I mean, that's an extra bonus for us.
Now, you did a low pass earlier here today. At what sort of ground speed were you doing over the runway?
Well, that's not as fast as we normally go. We we're trying to be a little bit neighbour friendly here, but we can get up to 420 kilometres an hour. That specific pass would have been probably about 260 kilometres an hour.
Well, there you go. You've seen it for yourself, the Russian Roulettes. It doesn't get much better than that. The contact details are on the bottom of the screen right now. Why not? Give the guys a call.